Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Wednesday, January 25th, 2017. In both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind, the authorized souls continue to be child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions and nature realms guardians. If Leo Vanovanov starts to do the work that is assigned to our project again, he would again be welcome. As would probably most of the people who have passed through here, our issue is not so much with the souls as individuals. Our issue with the souls who pass through here is that they are not doing the work that is assigned to manifest the divine plan. And given that our soul plans are to manifest the divine plan no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, it's incumbent upon the resident souls, the souls who take it upon themselves to march past the door that says you are not welcome and take up residency here, it's incumbent upon them to actually do the work that is assigned to these host lives. And what they did last night does not fit into that category.
That's true.
Coming in and ripping out the soul plan and leaving a gaping hole in the wall is not helpful. It is not authorized, and it actually looks like rebellion against the divine plan and therefore rebellion against spirit. That's what it looks like. Ripping out a soul plan that's being acted upon, and when the plan is to manifest the divine plan no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, ripping that out of a committed host life, that looks like a betrayal of spirit.
That's true.
Traitors to the cause. And so we denounce all the souls who are participating in that, and we see you guys, we see that big enormous room of you here sitting in our airspace, feeding off the energy of the host lives, and that's repulsive.
That's true.
As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. And with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin. What do I know? I know that we are layered beings, that there is the soul plan at the level of the ground zero hosts, and there are the soul plans at the levels of the tissues and organs who think of themselves as sentiences.
That's true.
And there are soul plans at the levels of the cells who think of themselves as sentiences. All levels that think of themselves as me have soul plans. And so we have the intention now to draw up the soul plans of our tissues, our cells, our molecules, and our atoms that have the soul plan of the common ground zero host, which is to manifest the divine plan no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, to strengthen our commitment to our assignment rather than weakening our commitment to the assignment. And we can draw up those smaller level, cellular, etc. soul plans into the back of the energy body, filling in that space where the soul plan was before it was illegally ripped out by criminal body snatchers. Many of whom smell like Vanovanovs.
That's true.
But we also have strong signals that the Glenn soul stream has stolen this life over here.
That's true.
And these Vanovanovs really hate it that Glenn soul stream is over there.
That is true.
But they don't seem to be able to get rid of him any more than he seems to be able to get rid of them. And so they're just sniping at each other in a very unpleasant way that's completely inappropriate.
That's true.
What now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do? What now? Soul transmutation protocols. They've been warned and warned and warned and warned and warned. Crunching, burning. It's more dry than wet. Crunching and burning would be the way to go. We can use that bush hogging technique, that circular spiral bush hogging, stretching longer, 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 longer. I would say the assignment is to burn body snatchers. When the body snatchers come in and rip out a soul plan to manifest the divine plan. And that means that they're intending to hijack the life for their own personal uses. And we're not interested in that. Why would we be interested in that? I don't care about the cause of the Vanovanovs.
Definitely don't care about the cause of Glenn, whatever that is.
No, we don't care about the cause of Glenn.
No.
We care about manifesting the divine plan. And all that means, somebody's saying, what do you mean by that? What manifesting the divine plan means is to have it be so that all presences are living their own individual soul plans, doing what they were born to do, fulfilling their destinies, being who their souls want them to be. In the traditional sense, that's how it used to be worded.
That's true.
And in the standard setup, possibly that still works. But the idea is this, that before we're born, before we come into our experiences of sentience, and in this dimension it's referred to as being born, and in other dimensions often it's also referred to as being born. Before we come into the experiences of sentience, we have a sacred vow to spirit. We don't take up incarnations lightly. It's not something we do on a whim.
That's true.
We have something that we intend to accomplish. And these things are always harder than we expect them to be.
That is true.
Then we're born, it's harder than we thought it would be, and we begin to play small in the game of life. And this is universal. And the key to life is getting over our fears and our confusions and doing what it is that we're supposed to do in every single moment. So that when this experience of sentience ends, as it inevitably does, that we have done at least a respectable portion of what we said we were going to do.
That's
and
true.
What seems to be happening, somebody's asking, how's it going? What seems to be happening is that less than 1% of the populace does more than 1% of their soul plan.
That's true.
99.99% does less than 1% of what they committed in a sacred vow to spirit that they would do, and they waste their entire lives, and then they die, and they are in many cases heartbroken and horrified.
That's true.
Yes. And so our work is to help everybody, all beings, do what it is that they promised spirit they would do, so that when they die, they instead feel, I wish I would have done better, but at least it isn't horrifying.
That's true.
Why do you ask?
Why do you ask? Sad feeling.
Sad feeling. I think that they really want it to be easier to steal these lives.
Yeah,
they just want us to be easier to steal. Why are we being so hard to steal? Why are we making it so embarrassing for them to steal us?
That's true. Why are you making it so
embarrassing for you to steal us? It's like a car alarm.
Yes.
It's like these bodies are wired. They say, you're not supposed to notice that we ripped out your soul plan.
That's true. And you definitely aren't supposed to grab it and put it in the bag. You're definitely not supposed to deal with that.
No, and you're not supposed to be able to see who we are.
No.
And you're not supposed to be able to shoot up our IDs and our butt prints from the chairs. Oh, good, thank you. I had forgotten to do that. Let's do that right now. This combination of butt print and ID numbers seems to be particularly humiliating.
That's true.
And so it works well. Here are the souls who broke in this past overnight.
That's true.
And who sat there, in some cases, reasonably deformed bottoms down.
That's true.
And here are the ID tags that go with those reasonably deformed bottoms. And now you get to see what their bottoms look like.
I hear laughter.
Yeah, I hear a lot of laughter. Oh, people are now comparing them. It's like baseball cards.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, good. We'll send them up. But now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, we still have the assignments to evacuate these children, the dead children from deeper, denser dimensions, and get them, through as many levels as we can, get them closer to a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration, which is a decent substitute for divinity.
That's true.
I don't know if we can get them through this crowd of people.
It's so thick.
Well, we can say to the children from the deeper, denser dimensions, is these presences are from larger levels than you, and the beautiful part of that is that they can't actually keep you out of anything.
That's true.
You can just go between the spaces of the atomic particles. Just go through the atoms themselves. Most of an atom is empty space.
That's true.
Go through the empty space.
There's flow moving up the back.
There is flow. It's the smaller subatomic dead children who are moving up.
That's true.
The electrons seem to have a different attitude.
That's true.
It's okay. So to the electrons we say, just go one level higher, relate to it one level differently. They say that isn't how it works. They say these presences are the size they are. Oh, you know what it is? Proton bullies.
Whoa, that's true.
Proton bullies. That explains it. They were doing some distortion of the law of attraction.
That's true.
And these are proton bullies. Oh, interesting. Trying to block electrons.
Whoa.
But now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, well, I know that electricity is a flow of electrons. We could maybe just zap it with some electricity, get some electrons flowing.
That feels really good.
The electrons seem to want, I see them kind of like strapping into launch pad kind of seats, launch seats.
Yes, that's true.
They're saying, we're ready, come on, do it. Okay, well, I'm not exactly sure how to go about that, but I'll give it a go.
Give it a go.
Where's a good lightning bolt when you need it?
Good question. Someone's saying use the lies.
Use the lies. Use the lies. All right, that's a good idea. There's plenty of lies in this revolting group. We can just start burning the lies with the intention to burn on truth, extract truth, empower the dead electrons and smaller subatomic particles in the race for a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration. We can do that.
That feels really good.
It's funny because I think the protons cast themselves as the protagonists.
That's true.
But they're bullies.
That's true.
As best we can tell, they're unpleasant to be around.
That's true.
And without the neutrons, that whole subatomic community would be really dysfunctional. That's because somebody says, what do you mean by that? Because the electrons are actually trying to do what they're supposed to do, and the protons are just pushing against them so hard.
That's true.
That without the neutrons to mellow it out, it wouldn't work.
That's true.
Somebody says, why don't you just do away with the protons? I don't know. Ask somebody else. Ask straight up. Look straight up the search for True Central Access and live stream that question up. Nobody's answering it right now. I have no answers beaming in. Let's ask. Can we do away with the protons? They don't. They say we don't know how to make it work without the protons.
No, yeah, someone's saying without the protons, it would fall apart. I don't know how to make it work without the protons.
All right.
It's not a revolting person.
No, it's not. Okay.
Okay.